Yeah, I really hope it turns like this.
Yeah.
Not that. You have an elevator at home. This is fucking amazing. So 10 o'clock we get the cake. Did you want to get more of those prosciutto?
Yeah, I think so. Fries, I forgot the fries yesterday. So prosciutto and fries. 10 o'clock the cake. And then the preparations.
Yep.
What do Koreans usually eat for breakfast?
Rice with like a soup. That's like the old days.
Mm-hmm.
Either fish or eggs. Some people eat Korean barbecue. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah.
Ich wollte die Torte abholen für meinen Sohn. Och, das sieht ja toll aus. Dankeschön. Ja, wunderbar.
So I'll put it on my lap. And do we go to the supermarket now?
Which one?
Yeah.
Fries,
prosciutto.
prosciutto, and we need to check on this barbecue wraps.
Oh yeah.
Buy a car.
What?
Oh no, this one. Okay. I was already worried.
Take everything. Can't believe Germany has such a big selection of like dairy yogurts.
Germany loves dairy and yogurt.
Yeah.
Fries.
이걸 찍어야겠다. 오. 지금 거의 아침부터 쉬지 않고 돌아다니고 있어요.
Drinks from last week.
Oh my god.
So we have to bring it to the recycling place.
Yeah.
But it's close to the kindergarten. And there's
It's like no rest time.
resting. Henry.
Happy birthday!
Baby, mein Schatz. He's tired.
What's wrong? Yeah, I really hope it turns like this.
Yeah.
Not that.
Oh.
Yeah. Good.
Almost nothing. Yeah, I think it's the same one.
I never realized that I'd be going out so often to get something.
Yeah.
Yay.
Was er schauen?
Nein, Fiona?
Oh. Oh.
Genau wie Fiona.
Oh. Henry will do music.
Music and writing.
내일이 이제 떠나기 전날이에요. 오늘까지 5일을 지금 공동 육아를 한 거거든요. 근데 평소에 생각하던 육아의 노동 강도나 이런 게 있을 텐데 무엇을 상상하든 그걸 뛰어넘는다. 너무 힘들었다. 근데 이제 더 힘든 건 애들이 유치원에 가니까 애들끼리 균이 옮겨서 오잖아요. 바이러스가. 그래서 저까지 지금 감기가 걸린 거예요. 시어머니, 시아버지, 친구, 그다음에 친구 남편, 애기가 시작한 감기로 인해서 지금 다들 골골거리고 있는데 이 상태에서 애들을 돌본다는 게 와. I need to show you. 이렇게 엄마로 사는 거를 보면서 다른 삶을 간접적으로 공유한다는 그런 것 때문에 행복감? 그런 게 있는 것 같아요. 이 친구는 제가 굉장히 방황했을 때 지금의 저라고 생각이 안 들 정도로 불안해하는 그런 사람이었고 삶에서 굉장히 많은 일을 겪고 있었고 했는데 그때마다 크게 저를 뭐 재촉한다거나 넌 이런 거 고쳐야 된다거나 그런 부분이 한 번도 없었어요. 제가 그 방황의 시기에서 깨어났을 때 친구로서 그거를 다 지켜보면서 그 시간을 같이 견뎌준 게 너무 고맙더라고요. 나중에 생각해보니까. 그래서 이 친구가 지금 육아를 하면서 그런 겪는 고충들 그런 것도 나는 너의 곁에서 지켜주겠다. 내가 너를 그런 생각을 하고 있습니다.
I think we went this way together somehow. It's not that you are like suddenly popped up, evolved,
Yeah.
both changed.
Yeah.
Our friendship changed as well
Yeah.
in a very positive way, I believe. I'm not opening the doors, and I don't mean the door of my house, but this door to anyone. Actually, to almost no one. I'm happy that you see the good and the bad, but you are not the person who's judging. And this is what I really like. You are taking me as I am, and
I need to capture all this.
oh my god.
I think people those days judge very quickly upon only maybe one incident or one, like, you know, really taking a millisecond of your life, and based on this they start to judge you. But you have seen me up and down so many times, and you just were there.
And this is what I love about you so much. And that you always drink with me.
I feel like I've been drinking more than you do these days. I still, to this day, I still
Really appreciate how you were there for me. There's times when I don't even recognize myself. I was like so fragile, so anxious. I didn't love myself, and I didn't trust myself, and I wasn't trusting anyone around me either. But just on a surface level, I was making friends with everyone.
you never judged.
Fries can go in? Okay. Fries before guys.
And I feel very, very sad this time because I can see her struggle and I...
I need to earn more money so I'm able to pay you. So you can move here.
What?
Yeah, so you don't need to do the work you're doing, and we just do work together. So
You mean as a natty?
we need more money for that.
I'm gonna be like extra premium nanny.
I know. Yeah, but I love that you just don't offer help. You just do it, and you're the only one actually who does that. Who's not asking, "Oh, may I help you? Oh, can I do something? You just do it. And I know you are doing it with pleasure from the bottom of your heart. It will be so funny to see this video like 20 years,
Not even 20 years, man.
10 years.
I feel like we're gonna cringe when it comes out.
I mean, we first met in 2017, just imagine. We're now almost in 2025. Like, where's the life?
How many years is that?
Let me think. 7?
Yeah, oh my god. That's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 years.
Even like with the RoboMaster press, like working on the press release, I remember how enjoyable it was to work with you.
No?
It was efficient. You were really good at your job. I remember, not everyone's stupid.
Whew, thanks God. I'm so happy that you're here. I can't believe that you're going together tomorrow again. You're my hidden gem I found somewhere in China.